Yo, it's Slim Trader back at it again with another weekend analysis. We're gonna do the usual UJ, GJ, GU, GA, Nvidia, Apple, and of course Tesla. So let's start with my favorite, and that'll be USDJPY. USDJPY kind of in a consolidation phase. We have price kind of staying in between this little area, but it looks like this 146,500 is playing a nice support level, simply because from here we made an impulse. This was in July, and then we hit back down at the end of July, and we've been staying trading above that. And if you want to look at this as a double bottom, um, a higher low, we have a high, higher low, and then we could possibly make new highs. We can see possibly UJ get into a 149 range. I thought it would have came down and hit this trend line before going back up, but looks like it wants to stay above 146,500. So as long as it wants to do that, we can continue to see UJ continue to go up. Let's go to the daily. On the daily, if you look at a broader sense, and I didn't mean to press that. Let's exit that. But on a daily, we can see that this 143, 142 range has been holding up, and we're kind of hitting on a trend line as well. That most of the time gives good confluences for it to go up. But the thing is it's just been it hasn't been much of an impulse for me to feel like it's ready to come up and make equal highs to this one or this one and surpass and keep going. So honestly, the overall aspect, I do see UJ kind of getting weak. The question is how far up does it want to come up before maybe we see the big uh, break to the downside. Got a lot of news this week as well, so maybe that may be the determining factor. We got building permits, we got balance of trade, which is kind of important. We got FOMC, inflation, and of course, when Jerome Powell speaks, it moves the markets, and that's on the 22nd. So maybe that's why we're having a lot of this consolidation in a sense, and there's no really definite direction at the moment, but it's still staying above this support and this long-term trend line. So until otherwise, when it starts breaking below that and this support level, then we can sit here and talk about UJ getting to like 130-ish. Like that would be the next um level that we could see it long over a period of time going. But um yeah, I still like UJ. It has, as far as bullish, it hasn't really given any inclinations of it being bearish at the very moment. So let's go to GJ. GJ is kind of looking the same as far as a little bit of consolidation, but if we're looking at the Heikin-Ashi candles, we do see we kind of made like a little double bottom on the halfway point of the support level. So that's also a confluence. We did break out of this kind of like somewhat of a channel. So my theory is GJ possibly getting up to this blue, and then we may see the ultimate pullback. Um, that's what I'm looking for in GJ. So it looks like for the week, I could see GJ moving up to the blue, and then from there, we'll have to see what it wants to do. But if I start seeing some type of weakness, I think that will be the drop off point for GJ. Keep that in mind. GU still kind of looks bullish. It looked like it wants to make a new high. I do see equal highs here, and it kind of like faked out the drop off. It's still, if you look at the moving average, there's no crossing over or any weakness. It's still trading above the blue EMA, so that tells me that it's still strong as compared to this area. We had the the drop off here, this is where you would have thought it would happen here to get the double top action, but it doesn't look like that's going to happen. We can possibly see GU get up to the 137 range based off how it's moving. And then if you want to look at it from a um, fib standpoint, let's fix this fib since we're doing it on the 6 hour. But we have the low, and we have the high, and then we had the pullback right at the 61.8, and it's right at this, also is right at this trend line, this kind of support level that we have, and it already validated the support area with the 60 at the 61.8 right here before we even had the true pullback. So we can see 141 area for GU. I'm bullish until otherwise that it breaks the trend line. But I think it's playing around right here to full. So I see GU getting to 141. Gold, we have gold doing some consolidation. Is it gonna break the trend line or is it gonna continue up? And that is the question that we would have to wait and see. But as of now, how it's starting, we kind of, if you look at a Heikin-Ashi in this sense, it's kind of like a hammer with a bullish candle. So this could be bouncing off of this trend line and heading back up to make equal highs. From there, we'll have to see how far up gold wants to go. But gold is just, it's just a big range of consolidation. I would be careful, but so far, if you want to get into a buy, this would be the point just because of the support and the trend line. And then I would have stop loss somewhere under here if you're getting into gold. And then we are going to look at GA. GA is playing at a trend line as well. We could possibly, I would wait until the moving average crosses over to validate the pullback. And if it does, we can possibly see GA get back to the 206, 2065 area. And then from there, we'll have to see what it does. But it's playing off of this counter trend and this trend as well. It was trading under it, so I think this could possibly be a valid pullback to where we could possibly see new lows or another low. Maybe GA still going down to the 202 area, a nice drop if it can't break this counter trend. Um, I was surprised that it even made this little up move right here, but now it looks like it's weakening. So I want to wait and see what it wants to do. But if I do see the moving averages cross over, then I'll probably look for sales. But it still could break this. So we have to wait and see. Nvidia kind of still been crushing it, but we have been seeing a little weakness here in this area. We may see like slight of a pullback, and then again, I don't know. It's still moving up, so I wouldn't bet against it. Bullish for Nvidia. Apple, I told you all that I love Apple. I love how it was going to move, and it is continuing that way. You might see a little slight pullback, but I'm still extremely bullish. We already broke the counter trend, and we're just going to go from there with it. Tesla, last but not least, Tesla, I might have to move this counter trend because it looks like it's kind of making another fall. It's having issues getting past this whole area. So we see some weakness in Tesla. The question is Tesla going to, we'll see when it gets down to this trend line. It looks like that's what's going to happen if it wants to continue up or not. Let me go back and put that counter trend back up because the reason why I had that was because I did see, like I showed in a previous video, how Tesla was making a kind of like a bullish flag. We had this, 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 and we're kind of breaking through it now. but I thought it would be more stronger, more of a bullish impulse. But this is where I'm concerned that it may not do what I had expected it to do, and that's why you have to kind of read and react. But either we're going to get a drop down to about the 280 range, or maybe a drop down to this particular area. And if there is some type of strong impulse, then we can possibly see that move that I've been anticipating. But otherwise, we could see it to 280. But that's just one of those read and react plays as well. But that's all I have for you all this week. I hope you all have a great weekend trading.